Tulsi, first female combat veteran running to be president of the United States, and Hawaii's rep from the 2nd Congressional District there, Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard, a political showstopper, commentator, and controversial figure, has stormed headlines with hot topics coinciding with multiple backlash. However, her journey to love has also been marred by her choices, which has altered the cause of her life. Tulsi Gabbard, who first found love at the young age of 21, divorced her husband immediately. Something sad happened. What really led to their painful split, and how has she emerged after their separation? Join us in the video as we reveal the reasons behind her divorce and the secrets in between. Before we get into the divorce, let's get to meet Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi's family life. Tulsi Gabbard was born on the 12th of April 1981 in Leloaloa in Mauputasi County on Tutuila, the main island of American Samoa. She is the fourth of 5 children to Carol, nee Porter Gabbard, and Mike Gabbard. When Tulsi was just 2 years old, her family relocated to Hawaii, where they had previously lived in the late 1970s. Gabbard comes from a diverse background with both European and Samoan heritage, and she was raised in a multicultural environment. Her mother hails from Indiana and spent her childhood in Michigan, while her father was born in American Samoa and spent his early years in Hawaii and Florida. He also has a mixed ancestry of Samoan and European descent. After moving to Hawaii, Gabbard's mother developed an interest in Hinduism, which influenced the family's lifestyle. She chose to give all her children Hindu names, and Tulsi's name, which means holy basil in Sanskrit, is considered a representation of the goddess Tulsi. Gabbard's parents belong to the Science of Identity Foundation, a poly-religious countercultural movement established by the spiritual guru Chris Butler in the 1970s. This belief system originated as an offshoot of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, commonly known as the Hare Krishna movement. Under the guidance of their guru, Gabbard's parents raised their children with a mix of Hindu practices, Catholic values, and the ideals of the 1970s, including strict vegetarianism, scientific skepticism, a dualistic view of body and spirit, criticism of consumerism, conservative values, and a strong stance against homosexuality. The Science of Identity Foundation, which claims to honor all peoples regardless of their background, has been criticized for its founder, Butler's, Islamophobia. Gabbard referred to Butler as her spiritual guide in 2015, but she has since been less vocal about her association with him and has avoided identifying the group as a significant influence in her life. Tulsi Gabbard started her college career at the Leeward Community College, where she studied television production, but never earned a degree. In 2002, she made her entry into politics by running for the Hawaiian state legislature, becoming the youngest person ever elected to represent Hawaii's 42nd House District at just 21 years old. 2 years later, she decided not to run again, so she could serve as a volunteer for the U.S. Army National Guard. However, her name remained on the ballot because she had already filed to run again. At a press conference in Honolulu in 2004, Gabbard addressed her constituents saying, "My fellow legislators have assured me that they will cover for me, that they will be involved in my district and make certain that the people of my district are well taken care of while I'm on active military duty and in Iraq." Ultimately, Reverend Rita Cabanilla won the seat she vacated. Gabbard earned a bachelor's degree in international business from Hawaii Pacific University in 2009. She also served in the military, being deployed to Kuwait from 2008 to 2009. While there, she was among the pioneer women who entered a Kuwaiti military base, a fact that was important in the context of breaking down the traditional gender roles. Her service in Kuwait earned her an award of appreciation from the Kuwait National Guard. The U.S. has had a relationship with Kuwait since before the latter became an independent nation, with an American consulate opening in Kuwait in 1951. Kuwait is a constitutional emirate, an Islamic state governed by Sharia law, ruled by the Saba family, but it shares executive power with an elected assembly. Women, the Egyptian Islamic Advisory Board Dar al-Ifta has ruled, may work as long as the work is safe, compatible with their physical and mental abilities, and doesn't violate Sharia law. Gabbard's role in the military during her service in Kuwait challenged some of these restrictions, paving the way for women in the military in a predominantly Sunni Muslim nation. What other background history influenced her, and what happened that immediately led to her divorce? Keep watching to find out. Tulsi's political career. In 2002, after a redistricting of electoral boundaries, Tulsi Gabbard decided to run for a seat in the Hawaii House of Representatives representing the 42nd District. At only 21 years old, she made history by becoming the youngest person ever elected to Hawaii's state legislature, and the youngest woman to be elected to any state legislature in the United States at that time. During her time in office, Gabbard took a strong stance against a state bill that aimed to legalize same-gender civil unions. She actively led protests and encouraged residents of Hawaii to support the federal marriage amendment, which sought to prevent federal laws from overruling state decisions regarding same-gender marriage. After returning from a second deployment in the Middle East in 2009, Gabbard ran for a seat on the Honolulu City Council, which had been left open by Rod Tam as he pursued a run for mayor. In the 2010 nonpartisan primary, Gabbard finished first among 10 candidates, securing 26.8% of the vote. Once on the council, she worked to support food truck vendors by easing parking restrictions and introduced Bill 54, which allowed city workers to remove personal items left on public property after providing 24 hours notice. In January 2011, U.S. Representative Mazie Hirono announced her intention to run for the U.S. Senate, creating an open seat in Hawaii's 2nd Congressional District. Gabbard declared her candidacy for this position in May 2011. The Honolulu Star-Advertiser noted her victory in the race as unexpected. She resigned from her city council seat on August 16th to focus on her congressional campaign. At the 2012 Democratic National Convention, Gabbard was invited to speak by House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, who referred to her as an emerging star. In the general election on November 6th, Gabbard defeated Republican candidate Kawika Crowley with an impressive 80.6% of the vote, making her the first Hindu and the first voting Samoan American to serve in Congress. After the death of Senator Daniel Inouye in December 2012, Gabbard expressed her interest in the vacant U.S. Senate seat, but was not included among the final 3 candidates recommended by the Democratic Party of Hawaii. In March 2013, she introduced the Helping Heroes Fly Act, aimed at improving airport security screenings for severely injured veterans, which President Obama signed into law. Additionally, she proposed the Military Justice Improvement Act to address issues within military justice. Gabbard was re-elected on November 8, 2014, once again defeating Crowley. She co-sponsored legislation with Hirono to award the Congressional Gold Medal to Filipino and Filipino-American World War II veterans, which was signed into law by Obama in December 2016. Gabbard also passed Talia's Law, designed to prevent child maltreatment on military bases. On November 8, 2016, she was elected for a 3rd term. In 2017, she introduced the Off Fossil Fuels (OFF) Act, which aimed to transition the United States to 100% renewable electricity by 2035. The following year, she proposed the Securing America's Elections Act, which mandated the use of paper ballots for audits and gained endorsement from Common Cause. Gabbard was re-elected again in November 2018. In February 2019, after actively promoting her candidacy for the 2020 presidential election since early 2018, Tulsi Gabbard officially declared her intention to run, becoming the first female combat veteran to seek the presidency. However, she suspended her campaign on March 19, 2020, and endorsed former Vice President Joe Biden. What causes has Tulsi spearheaded using her influence, and how has this proven her value over time? Stay tuned as we dive in. Tulsi's health challenges. Tulsi Gabbard has been candid about her struggles with fertility issues. The former congresswoman from Hawaii, now 43, recently opened up on Meghan McCain's Citizen McCain podcast about her journey to conceive with her husband, Abraham Williams. She revealed that she underwent multiple in vitro fertilization (IVF) procedures during this challenging time. Gabbard described IVF as a particularly difficult experience, regardless of the outcome. She explained that the process starts with hormone injections to stimulate the ovaries to produce more eggs, which are then retrieved for fertilization before the embryo is transferred into her body. Unfortunately, her first pregnancy test returned negative, leading her to try the procedure repeatedly, only to face the same disappointing results each time. This cycle of hope and heartbreak took a significant emotional toll on her. Eventually, Gabbard's doctor diagnosed her with unexplained infertility. She expressed how hard it was to hear this diagnosis, noting that having a specific condition might have offered a path forward. If at least something is diagnosed, you think, okay, maybe I can do something about this. But the whole unexplained infertility thing was difficult. She also highlighted how painful it was for her husband, Abraham, to watch her go through this heartbreak repeatedly. In a significant decision, Gabbard and her husband chose to pause their IVF treatments while she campaigned for the presidency in 2020, a choice that came with sacrifices. The COVID-19 pandemic and her deployment to East Africa as part of a joint special operations task force further delayed her ability to restart the IVF process. It wasn't until she returned at the end of 2021 that she was able to undergo a few rounds of IVF again, ultimately reaching the final 2 procedures. Despite the challenges they faced, Gabbard and her husband have come to terms with their situation. They have shifted their focus towards supporting other families who are navigating similar fertility challenges, finding purpose in helping others through their experiences. Now, what really led her to divorce her first husband, Eduardo? Was it these fertility issues? Let's dive in. Tulsi Gabbard divorced her husband immediately after this. The former Democratic representative and presidential candidate, Tulsi Gabbard, has finally shared the reasons behind her divorce from her first husband, Eduardo Tamayo. Her story is as intricate as her political journey, filled with twists and turns. From the beautiful beaches of Hawaii to the battle-scarred streets of Iraq, and from the halls of Congress to appearances on Fox News, Gabbard's life has been anything but typical. Gabbard and Tamayo got married in 2002 when she was just 21 years old. Their relationship had begun in childhood, blossoming on the picturesque islands of Hawaii. To friends and family, their marriage seemed like a fairy tale, a celebration of 2 young individuals eager to face the world together. Everyone believed they were embarking on a journey towards a long and happy life. However, the early days of their marriage did not last long before challenges began to arise. In 2004, Gabbard made a pivotal choice that would change both her life and her marriage. She was deployed to Iraq as a member of the Hawaii Army National Guard. This decision, while reflecting her deep sense of patriotism and commitment to her country, became a critical turning point for both her personal and professional life. Just 2 years into their marriage, Gabbard and Tamayo were faced with the immense difficulty of long-distance separation, a situation made even more complex by the stress and danger associated with a war zone. The 18-month deployment in Iraq placed an incredible strain on their relationship. The physical distance between them was challenging enough, but it was made even worse by the emotional toll of combat and the difficulties of maintaining a connection while serving abroad. Their daily lives were now filled with competing priorities. Gabbard's duty to her country clashed with her commitment to her marriage. The sporadic communication, constant worry for each other's safety, and the inability to share their daily experiences weighed heavily on both Gabbard and Tamayo. In a poignant reflection that resonated with many military families, Gabbard later admitted, Sadly, Eddie and I became another statistic, another sad story, illustrating the stresses war places on military spouses and families. This honest admission shed light on the personal sacrifices endured by those who serve in the military and the loved ones they leave behind, often overlooked in discussions about war. The impact of Gabbard's service in Iraq extended beyond her personal life. It also profoundly influenced her political views. Witnessing the harsh realities of war firsthand prompted her to become a vocal critic of what she described as counterproductive, wasteful foreign wars. This perspective, rooted in her personal experiences rather than abstract political ideology, set her apart from many of her Democratic peers and shaped her distinctive position within American politics. What was the aftermath of their crisis and difficult moments, and what is Tulsi's romantic story? Keep watching to find out. The divorce and its aftermath. In 2006, shortly after returning from her deployment in Iraq, Tulsi Gabbard and her husband, Eduardo Tamayo, faced a challenging decision. They chose to end their marriage. Although the couple had been together for just 4 years, those years were filled with considerable hardships and lengthy separations due to Gabbard's military service. She has openly acknowledged that the pressures of her duties as a service member played a significant role in the dissolution of their relationship. This experience highlighted for her the profound personal costs that come with military service, a reality that many service members and their families endure. Despite the pain of their divorce, Gabbard has approached the situation with a positive mindset. She has expressed gratitude for the relationship she shared with Tamayo, stating, "Eddie and I are still friends, and I'm grateful the Tamayo family continues to welcome me as one of their own." This mature outlook reflects her ability to navigate personal challenges gracefully, a quality that has served her well in her political career. By maintaining a respectful relationship with Tamayo and his family, Gabbard demonstrated her commitment to positive connections, even in the wake of difficult circumstances. The divorce, while undoubtedly a painful chapter in her life, also marked the beginning of a new phase for Gabbard. It provided her with the opportunity to concentrate more fully on her emerging political career. With the lessons she learned from her marriage and military service, Gabbard was able to deepen her empathy for military families, which significantly informed her views on foreign policy and veterans affairs. Her experiences became a foundation for her advocacy work, helping her connect with constituents who had faced similar challenges. In 2015, Gabbard found love once again when she married Abraham Williams, a freelance cinematographer. The couple's romance blossomed from their professional relationship. Williams had been involved in Gabbard's congressional campaign in 2012. Their shared interests, including a passion for the outdoors and surfing, helped solidify their bond. These activities are deeply embedded in Hawaiian culture, which added another layer of connection between them. Gabbard and Williams's wedding took place on the island of Oahu and was celebrated with a traditional Vedic ceremony that reflected Gabbard's Hindu faith. This choice set her apart in American politics as the first Hindu member of Congress, showcasing her unique cultural background and beliefs. The ceremony beautifully combined elements of Hawaiian and Hindu traditions, symbolizing Gabbard's rich heritage and the blending of her personal and cultural identities. Since their marriage, Gabbard's relationship with Williams has thrived, possibly due to the lessons she learned from her first marriage and the stability she has found in her political career. Their partnership has not only enriched her personal life, but has also intersected with her political journey in fascinating ways. Williams's work as a cinematographer has allowed him to play an active role in her political campaigns, creating a dynamic partnership that encompasses both personal and professional spheres. Gabbard's marriage to Williams highlights how her personal experiences have shaped her political identity. Now over to you. What do you think of Tulsi's divorce? Let us know in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the next video shown on your screen to catch up on your favorite celebrity stories. See you there.